All right, we have another episode of Talk with Tim. Got my man Snoop with me. Want to give a little introduction to the people?
What up, I'm Snoop from Bridgeport. One of the owners of Hookah Kingz downtown, 160 Fairfield Avenue. We out here with Tim. About to talk about me and my boy Charlie. Got some shit lined up. We're gonna see where it go from here.
Word. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Bridgeport, north end of Bridgeport.
Boy, they didn't give me nothing. I can't really know that. What was it like growing up? Like you grew up in the hood, or?
Well, I grew up in the terrace, so I grew up with a lot of different people. Some people I still see around, some people I don't. Some people locked up. But I made it out. Me and a couple other people made it out. It wasn't too bad. Being that I did what I had to do, I wasn't too much mixed in with all the drama and all the shit out here. I always kept it like neutral with everybody. So for me it wasn't too bad, and I already knew for like in my future where my mindset was at. So that's pretty much it.
So what made you go to the Hookah Lounge way? Because that's kind of like unorthodox for like a Bridgeport, a black person actually.
So all right, so back in 2010, I want to say it was. Me and my pops, we had this little spot in Bridgeport on Barnum Avenue, off of Barnum and Willow, and we called it 381 Bishop. No, not 381 Bishop. I'm sorry, that's my other spot. We called it what was it? I forgot the address over there, but it was a couple years ago. We had a little bar over there, little food spot, and I had some liquor bottle hookahs that. I made my own hookahs. I didn't buy like the regular traditional hookahs and shit. I made my own like hookahs out of actual glass liquor bottles. And we used to have a lot of people coming through, and I was mixing up my own flavors and shit. And people was like, "Yo, why don't you like sell these in the club or go in the club with your hookahs and your flavors?" Like, cause it's flavors that people never had before besides from the original flavors. And then I was always the type of person that wanted to do my own thing, like stay in my own lane and shit. So I was comfortable where I was at. We closed that spot down for a little while, and then after that, I've been trying for the last couple of years to get a hookah lounge in Bridgeport, because I feel like that's something that we didn't have, and that was something that we needed. Everybody was smoking hookah at the time, but only time you could get it is when you're in the club. So for the last couple of years, I was looking for a spot. Bridgeport wouldn't allow it, but honestly, thank God to the pandemic, that's how I got the spot, because once the pandemic hit, the city needed help with everything. So I seen the spot a couple years ago. They told me no. The pandemic hit. The same spot was up for rent again. I hit up the landlord, let them know I was still interested. Contact the city, see if I can do it. Once they said yes, like within 2 days, I already had my down payment ready. Got the spot and hit the ground running from there.
That's dope. That's dope. So was you and another owner, or was it a bunch of people?
So I got some other owners with me. More so it's like family. But yeah, I got some other owners with me in there.
Oh, that's dope. So how you feel about Bridgeport nightlife now? Because I think you came at like the right time, like because Bridgeport is like getting crazy right now.
The nightlife, I feel like Bridgeport have a lot of potential, especially downtown area. Downtown area is gonna come up, and I seen that a long time ago. We got Grill 2, Rum and Tequila, Brick and Barrel, Thelma's. You got a couple spots down there. We all try to work together and make it work between a lot of black-owned businesses downtown, I should say. But I mean, I feel like we all work together. This shit can happen for everybody in Bridgeport. We got a lot of out-of-town people coming to Bridgeport to party now. We got a lot of great talent in Bridgeport, DJs, singers, artists. Like it's a lot of talent in Bridgeport.
So, you mentioned a person named Charlie. Who's that? Who you mentioned earlier?
So I always seen him around, and I always had a vision for a piece for my logo, and I seen a lot of different pieces around. Every time I asked him, I'm like, "Yo, who did your piece?" "Oh, this dude named Charlie. This dude named Charlie." So that name just kept like coming to me. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna hit him up, see what it is. So I hit him up a minute ago about this piece that I want to get done. We both was busy back and forth, but we finally got linked up and got it going after I seen several of his pieces. And then one of his boys called him Black. Like he bust down his whole piece, like, and that's what really motivated me. Like every time I see that chain, I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. So, you know, I went over there. Me and Charlie talked. We linked up. Well, he linked me up with Charlie again, and we got it going. We got the piece. You know,
so that's another black-owned business?
Yeah, that's another black-owned business. You got to support your local black-owned businesses, man. And especially, and mind you, I went to a couple different jewelry stores. I went to Marcello. I went to the spot downtown Bridgeport, and there was another spot that I hit up in Atlanta about the piece. But it just, like, the way they were describing it to me, it wasn't hitting well for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wanted a certain piece to look a certain way, and like Charlie, he clicked with it and got it on the spot. I'm a visionist person, so like if you can't see my vision from how I'm describing it to you and just catch on and be like, yo, I got it, it's kind of hard for me to work with you, because I can't trust if you're gonna do what I want. And Charlie, he did just that. He
right here, right?
Yeah, he here.
Right.
I gave him my vision. He ran with it, and I trusted him. He did what he had to do.
What's up, man?
What's goody?
Chilling, bro.
That's she, huh?
You want to see the piece.
Hey, look at she.
I get it. Okay. Fire.
This joint sitting heavy.
So you designed this yourself?
Sheesh.
Like from scratch?
From scratch, man. So,
Okay. So you're a designer, you weld all of that, you melt the gold, all of that?
So I'm self-taught. I taught myself how to do this. I don't got no family members in the jewelry business. And the jewelry business is a family, a family-owned thing. Everybody in jewelry, they got generation and generation in that industry.
All right.
So there's no real people that just bust through the jewelry industry and know exactly what they're doing.
So what's your background, Charlie?
I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Same thing. I grew up on the East End.
Okay.
I went to all the East End schools, Dunbar, Hardin. Grew up with all the guys.
Word.
I was one of the guys.
Word.
And I just, one of the fly guys.
That's dope. That's dope. So what made you start making jewelry?
Well, I actually just wanted to design. And I didn't want to design clothes because I feel like clothes, the design changes too fast. You got to keep up with the seasons. One day baggy jeans is in, next day skinny jeans is in, big shirts, little shirts. I couldn't keep up with the designs. And when it came to jewelry, I feel like the designs changed much slower. Ever since I was a kid, I've been seeing Jesus heads, angels, and crosses. And I'm a grown man now, and I still see Jesus heads, angels, and crosses.
All right.
So I figured that I could express myself in design in the industry that changes much slower.
That's dope.
Plus, I figured that if I design in the industry where they respect the materials, I could charge my price. It's not like, a clothing brand, no knocking on the clothing brands, but I would have to work harder to charge what I really want to charge, because we're in the information era where you could buy clothes off the internet for $5, $10, $20. And people know that. They'll try to say to you like, well, I'm gonna give you $400, $500 for a t-shirt that I know you bought for $10 or $5. So I know that they respect them gold and diamonds. So I designed with gold and diamonds so I could charge my price, and they could put respect on the material. They'll put respect on my designs.
That's dope.
He said put respect on his name.
Yes, sir. So we got two black-owned businesses right here, cross-marketing right here. So where can they find y'all on social media? Or where can they find you, actually, if they wanted to get a piece made?
Well, I'm a traveling jeweler, so I go to every state. I go to Atlanta, I've been to Miami, I've been to Cali, you name the state. I've been in North Carolina, you name it, I've been there. Connecticut, I even been to Australia before I dropped a piece off.
Damn.
I had to pay some taxes, but it's all good. So, and you can find me, really where you want to find me is in the Diamond District in New York on 47th Street. It's a whole block between 5th and 6th.
Okay.
That's where all the Jews are, and those my people.
Word.
It took a long time to break through, but they trust me now, so, family.
That's dope. That's dope. And Snoop, where can they find you on social media?
So I got the Hookah Kingz page, hookahkingz_CT, and that's for Instagram and Facebook. or c.baldwin23 on my Instagram.
On Instagram, you can find me at thankyoucharlie, or you can find me at Made by Charlie's.
Dope. All right, any last word for the people?
I'm icy, baby.
Come see me, man. I got everything you need, whatever you need. I'm not your regular jeweler, I'm your fly jeweler. So you need accessories. I specialize in accessories, bracelets, rings, watches, earrings, you know, lasers, big stones, big rocks.
Big stepper, dripping.
All right. Thanks for stopping by with another talk with Tim. Signing out.